So we have our first Road to the Show news for MLB The Show 21. It seems that there's going to be a universal player that extends across Diamond Dynasty and Road to the Show. You're going to gain XP in both Road to the Show and Diamond Dynasty, amongst other things. And in addition, you can make that a two-way player and earn, use, and swap out loadouts to customize your player to play any position or take on any situation. Now, this is a big switch. This is a big change. This is likely probably why you cannot have year-to-year save for your Road to the Show player. You see the process of equipping perks based on rarity, position, and affinity. Each one you select will have a little bit of give and take, so you're going to have to make some strategic choices there. There looks to have bronze, silver, gold, and diamond rarities as well on some of those perks. With, for example, the pure power perk giving a plus 40 boost to power, plus 40 to arm, plus 20 to fielding, but a negative 20 to vision. So really, you'll be able to use all these perks to literally build your character to be whatever you want at any time, as long as you have earned those perks. Now, this reminds me of what Madden did this year with the created player for career mode and the yard. It also reminds me a little bit of 2K basketball as well. Now, I honestly think this is really smart. There is no need to try and reinvent the wheel. If something out there is already working, why not trying to adopt it, remix it, optimize it for your game? Now, going back to Madden, you create your player archetype, you pick his position, you create your character, what he looks like, his build, size, and etc. And then you look at all the gear that you've earned and dress your character for what he's going to look like in the yard. There was also this universal XP in gear points that you could use to up-level your player, and also points to buy gear in the store, or really just to equip on your character. Now, EA also did this early on before with NBA Live, where you could play in the league and in the streets. On the streets, you would earn all these items. You go up against these, these mini games and mini bosses. You would get players to add to your team, but you would also get points that you could buy for new kicks and shirts and shorts and sweatshirts and whatever it may be. Now, with this system, I have to speculate a couple of things, like how will you earn perks, traits, and etc. for your loadouts? How will you unlock the gear that, players can wear? Will it continue to be through packs and through the market? Now, I saw Mills, Shelfie, and Atron mentioning on Twitter this idea of a gear shop, similar to Fortnite or Apex Legends store, or even the Battle Pass, where basically every day there would be different bundles or different items that you could buy for your player to use in Diamond Dynasty or in Road to the Show. Now, I don't think they're too far off. I think that would be really cool. That's a very interesting way for San Diego Studio to continue to be creative in what people can do with, how they make up their character, and also make a little bit of money for it that would apply to not just Diamond Dynasty, but also Road to the Show. I'm also thinking that we might see showdowns and moments that are specific to playing to unlock those perks, for loadouts or even some gear. Like, there's going to be some engagement opportunities to try and drive people to chase to finding loot, quote unquote loot, meaning the gear and the loadouts. You don't necessarily want to put loadouts behind a paywall. Gear, you do, but loadouts, they got to find a way for people to earn them. And so that could be both through Moments Showdown, Diamond Dynasty, and also through Road to the Show. But what you're likely going to have is a lot of the competitive players, or a lot of just the aspiring, online players, play Road to the Show just like Mighty Goat on Rookie to get your player 99 overall so you can bring him into, online. Now, I think this is a massive opportunity for the game, and I hope we see something like a gear shop or a store or a battle pass. And we've talked about this before. Clutch, you still have so much beef about that. It makes me laugh. Now, we think this system, regardless, though, is going to bring more people playing their created player across multiple modes, and it's going to make more money for San Diego Studios, which will justify the resources they'll put into enveloping the system. Because at the end of the day, San Diego Studios is a business, and they have to find ways to make compelling features that benefit all modes with such a small team, as well as new monetization streams, new revenue streams, and how do we transition them to also playing the other modes? It's great that you play Road to the Show, but how do we get people into Diamond Dynasty, where we know that's our stickiest mode, where people also spend the most amount of money? This is product strategy 101. They started to dabble into monetization streams for Road to the Show in the previous years by putting gear into packs. And then if you realize this last year, there's a whole other streams of different, San Diego Studio created bats, all the different bat skins. So this idea of skins, I hope we see more skins, right? Instead of just real life, Victus bats only and Under Armour, an Evo shield and etc. Like I want to see like player created, or I want to see San Diego Studios start to make more of that stuff just like the bat skins. That's consistent to what you see in 2K and Madden. Now, one thing I really, really, really hope they don't abandon is the story component. Now, I still want to be able to do, the showcase and then get drafted. Hopefully this time around as a high position, a late round draft pick. Like we're kind of tired of that. Like we want to be able to go first overall if we just do, absolutely go off and hit nukes in the showcase. I've seen a lot of people also talk about hoping that MLB takes the 2K route, where there's somewhat of a guided story when it opens up, before it opens up to more gameplay in the majors, but still having the story run out through it, with cutscenes and interstitials, moments to moments, seasons to season. So if you think about it this way, this would be like a 3 to 4 hour high school college experience where you play through that. Then you go to the draft. And then there's a 3 to 4 hour minor league guided experience with story. And then you find yourself in the majors where it opens up significantly more, but the story doesn't go away. It's still there kind of driving you. I really hope that they go that direction. Now, what I hope they don't do is what Madden has done with this kind of narrative type story where in total it's a 12-hour kind of long shot, like, the Journey in FIFA experience where you don't really play that many games. You're just playing through a story like, something like Dark Pictures or even, back in the day, like Walking Dead. And I think the final question that I have that I also kind of speculating on is if you go to the PlayStation Xbox site where you want to buy, if you look at the product page on those, sites, you see that the game supports up to 8 players online. Now, the question is MLB The Show also going to have a yard type mode, a Sandlot type mode where 4 players go up against 4 players and they play? What could it be? Sandlot, wiffle ball? I mean, we've kind of asked for something fun to do like that, but I think that's a hard thing to implement and do right for it to really work. Maybe it's just a pipe dream, but I was really taken aback and interested about this 8 players online. Now, I could be completely off, maybe it's not that, but this idea of taking your creative player from Road to the Show Diamond Dynasty, leveling them up, and then taking them to team online, like that is it. Like that's what I want to do. I want me, Cougs, Mighty to go up against Demu, your friend Kyle, and Gunsky and settle it for once and for all. I might be, like I said, completely wrong, and this might just be simply talking about Home Run Derby and online leagues. Only time will tell until we learn more about Road to the Show in the coming weeks here in March, but I'll be excited. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. So let me know down in the comments what you think. And until the next one, we'll see ya. Peace.